Hello and welcome to Skill Techathon. This is SQL Interview Questions and Answer series. Today we are going to look into one of the SQL interview question recently asked. So we have been given an authors table and a books table. In authors table we have author ID, author name. So we have 5 author IDs and 5 author names A, B, C, D, E. Then we have book ID, author ID, book title, then the publication year. In the output, first we need to list all the authors and the number of books written. So first will be author name and the number of books written by the that author. Then we need to find the books published in the last year and the corresponding authors. So we need to write a query to list all the authors and number of books written and find the books published in the last year and corresponding authors. So let's go to SQL and check how we can do it. Okay, I have already written the query to create the tables and insert the values. First, we are creating an authors table where we have author ID and author name. So let's run this. Now we are creating a books table where we have book ID, author ID, book title, publication year. Then we have a foreign key as well. So let's run this. Now let's insert the values into the authors table. Now we are going to insert the values in the books table. So let's run this. Now let's check our table. So it's very simple to check the table. Select star from the table name from which you want to check the records. So select star from authors. Let's run this. So we have author ID, author name. So we have 5 records with 5 author IDs and 5 author names. Then let's check our books table. So in the books table, we have 10 records with book ID, author ID, book title, and publication year. So let's go to our first question. So first we need to list all the authors and number of books written. So for this, we are going to use left join and we are going to group the tables with author name. So let's write our query, select. So from authors table, we want the author name. So A dot name. So here I am writing A dot author name because in the subsequent steps, we are going to give authors table as an alias as A. So before writing that, so select, let's remove this. So from, we are going to authors table. So we'll give it as the alias as A and we are going to use left join. So left join books table and we are going to give it as the alias as B. So now it will be easier to understand. So select, so from authors table A, we want author name, A dot author name, comma, we want count of the books. So we are going to count the book IDs. So we are going to use the aggregation function count and we are going to apply it on B dot book ID. And we are going to give this count of B dot book ID as the alias as number books. Now we want from authors table left join books B. Now we need to give the condition on which we are going to join the two tables. So we are going to join the two tables based on author ID. So A dot author ID should be equal to B dot author ID. And we are going to group the tables by A dot name. Now let's run this query to check our output. So we got the output. So we have author C 2 books, B 2 books, E 2 books. Author A also has written 2 books and author D has also written 2 books. So all the authors has written 2 books. Now let me explain this query to you again. So first we are selecting A dot author name. So we are selecting the name of the author from the authors table. And we have given it as a alias as A, authors table alias as A. That's why we are writing A dot author name. Now this count B dot book ID as number of books. we are counting the number of books for each author, and the alias of this count is number of books. Now, we are selecting authors table A. So we are specifying the authors table and giving it as an alias as A. Then we are using left join books table B, giving it as alias as a B on the condition A.AuthorID equal to B.AuthorID. So we are performing a left join between authors table A and the books table B on the author ID field. This ensures that all the authors are included in the result, even if they have not written any books. Now we are grouping by A.AuthorName. So this groups the result by the author's names. This is necessary to get the count of the books for each author. So this is how we are solving the query. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. So next, we need to find the books published in the last year and the corresponding authors. For this, what we are going to do is we are going to use inner join, and we are going to use the where clause to get the necessary output. Okay, so first select. So we'll be selecting something as we are going to join to. So we are going to join books table B. So we are giving it as alias B, and we are going to use inner join. So we can write join, or we can write as inner join as well. And we are going to join authors table A. Now, let's write what we want in the select statement. So in the select statement, we want book title B dot book title, comma. We want author name A dot author name. See, find the books published in the last year and corresponding authors. Here, from here, we can understand that we want the book title and the author name. Now, from books B, we are going to join authors A on the condition. Now the condition is where B dot author should be equal to A dot author ID. Now we are going to use where clause to filter out the data, and we are going to use the function extract to extract the year. So we want the records from last year. So extract year B dot publication year. Publication year. And this year should be equal to, we are going to use the extract function here again, extract year from underscore date. Then we are going to use -1. Now let's run this query to check our output. So we got that author, book title, and author name. We have 6 records. So 6 books were published in the last year by authors A. So author A published 2 books, book 1, book 2. Then author B published book 2. Author C published book 1. Then author D published book 2, and author E published book 1. So these are the 6 books published in the last year. Now let me explain this query again. So first, we are using the select clause to select B dot book title. So we are selecting the title of the book from books table, which is aliased as B. Then we are selecting the author name from the authors table, and we are using A dot author name because the authors table, we have given it as an alias as A. Now from clause, we are specifying the books table, and we are giving it as an alias as B. Then we are joining the authors table A on the B dot author ID equal to A dot author ID. So we are performing an inner join between the books table and the authors table on the author ID field. And this ensures that only books with corresponding authors are included in the result. Now, we are using the where clause to filter out our data. So this function extract year from b.publicationYear. This extracts the year part from the publication year field in the books table. Now this extract year from current date function. So here we are extracting the year part from the current date. What's the current date when we are looking into the result? And this -1 is because we subtracts 1 from the current year to get the previous year. Now overall, this where clause filters the result to include only those books that were published in the previous year. So that's how we are solving these queries. I hope you got an idea how to solve these two queries. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.